Okay, now we see the next problem. Find Z transform of minus 2 whole power n. Now you apply fundamental formulas for some problems. We know that Z transform of a power n is z by z minus a. What is here? N kakunda remaining all terms treated as constants. Minus 2 is constant. In place of a we have minus 2. So write this formula. Z transform of a power n is z by z minus a. You let a is equal to minus 2 on both sides. We get z transform of minus 2 whole power n is equal to z by z minus 2 means z plus 2, which is the required value. See the next one. Find z transform of unit impulse function. In last classes we see z transform of unit test function. Okay. Here it is unit impulse function. The unit impulse function is defined by delta of n is equal to 0 for n greater than 0, 1 for n is equal to 0. Now we see the solution. Z transform of delta n is equal to, what is the definition? Z transform of delta n means sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity delta n z power minus n. Now you substitute n is equal to 0 first term. What we get? N is equal to 0. This is 1. So the first term is, we get delta n means for n is equal to 0, delta n is 1. 1 into z power minus 0, 1. 1 into 1 means 1. Plus for n is equal to 2, n greater than 0 and n is equal to 2. This is. So n is equal to 1 means that is greater than 1. For n is equal to 1, delta n is 0. And n is equal to 1 substitute చేసినప్పుడు ఇది 0 into anything is 0. n greater than 0 means n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. ఆ values అన్నిటికీ delta n 0 నే కాబట్టి the remaining all terms are 0. So totally we get 1, which means Z transform of delta n. Delta n means unit impulse function is equal to 1. Okay, now we see the Z transform of discrete unit step function. What is the definition of unit step function? U of n is equal to 0 for n less than 0, that is equal to 1 for n greater than or equal to 0. By the definition, z of f of n is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity f of n z power minus n. Now you substitute z of, in place of f of n you let u of n, that is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity u of n z power minus n. Now elaborate this summation. First you put n is equal to 0. What we get? U of n for n is equal to 0. U of n for n is equal to 0 is 1. 1. Z power 0 means 1a. 1 into 1. 1 plus. Next n is equal to 1. And greater than or equal to. Any positive values ki 1a. Kabatti next. For n is equal to 1 also 1. Z power minus 1 means by z. Plus n is equal to 2 koda 1a. U of n. Then 1 by z power minus 2 means 1 by z square and so on. This summation can be written as 1 plus x square and so on. Can be written as 1 plus x, 1 minus x inverse. That means 1 minus 1 by z inverse. Inverse kabatti 1 by 1 minus 1 by z vesna. 1 by 1 minus 1 by z. Let LCM here. This is z. Now see this expansion. 1 plus x square plus x cube and so on is equal to 1 minus x inverse. See this one ma, 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by z whole square it means. Ante 1 square unnadi ani, 1 square by z square means 1 by z whole square. See this one, 1 plus x means 1 plus 1 by z. X square means 1 by z whole square. So in place of x we have in this expansion 1 by z is there. Write this summation 1 minus x plus lo 1 by z petti inverse. It means 1 by 1 minus 1 by z. Let LCM here. Let LCM here. Z is here. Z minus 1. In next step 1 into z by z minus 1 ostundi, which is z by z minus 1. Now Z transform of this unit step function un is equal to z by z minus 1. I think already we done this problem in the last classes. Okay, now we see the next problem. Find the z transform of a power n by n factorial e power minus a. So what is the definition, z of f of n is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity f of n z power minus n. We need z transform of this function. So write z of, in place of function, a power n by n factorial e power minus a. Here e power minus a is constant. Okay, e power minus a is constant. Now z transform of a power n by n factorial e power minus a is equal to n ఉన్న function మాత్రమే z transform తీసుకుంటామమ్మ. Bring e power minus a constant outside of the z transform. It can be written as this is equal to e power minus a into z transform of a power n by n factorial. So now what is our aim? To find the z transform of a power n by n factorial. A power n by n factorial z transform కనుక్కొని equation 1 లో substitute చేయాలి. Okay. For that purpose, first you let f of n is equal to 1 by n factorial. That implies z transform of f of n is equal to z transform of 1 by n factorial. What is z transform of 1 by n factorial? E power iz. సో ఆన్సర్ని ఎలా చూపిస్తాం? ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ జెడ్ అని చూపిస్తాం. అంటే జెడ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ జెడ్ వచ్చింది మనకి. ఓకే, వెన్ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 by n factorial, then f of z is e power 1 by z. Now by using dumping rule, we have z transform of a power n f of n is equal to f of z by a. Now this is z transform of 1 by n factorial అమ్మా. దానికి మీరు f of n ప్లస్లో 1 by n factorial సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే z of a power n into this function 1 by n factorial పెడితే దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు మీరు 1 by n factorial కనుక్కున్న f of z ఏంటో తీసుకొని దానిలో z by a సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్ చేయాలి. నా z transform of a power n 1 by n factorial is equal to f of z by a means this one, f of z by a means e power 1 by z by a, 1 by z by a, that is 1 into a by z means a by z, e power a by z. Now see, let the equation 1. What is equation 1? Z transform of a by a power n by n factorial e power minus a is equal to e power minus a into z transform of this one kabatti, that is equal to into e power minus az, which is రెండిట్లో ఏ కామన్ తీస్తున్నాం. ఏ కామన్ తీస్తే ఫస్ట్ వన్ వచ్చేసి ఏ ఇంటూ 1 by z అని అర్థం, -1 అంటే పవర్స్లో ఏ కామన్ తీసాం ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ 1లో సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్ చేసాం. ఓకే, z transform of a power n by n factorial e power minus a is e power minus a into z transform of a power n by 1 minus n. Substitute here in the equation 1. We get this is e power a into 1 by z minus 1. Okay ma, this is this problem. Now we see the next one.